Hey, Deke, this my man's right here, Deke. All right, let me talk real quick. Let me talk, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, this cat that we on the phone with right now came into the NFL in that 2010 draft class. You know, the best draft class of all time, might I add.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
7th round selection to the Carolina Panthers out of the University of Connecticut. We're not going to talk about that just yet. We're going to spend block on you, though. All right? But once he got into the league, man, had an 8-year career, 3 seasons with the Carolina Panthers, 3 with the Atlanta Falcons. Then after that, he had stints with the Chargers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Was the starting nickel corner on that Panthers team doing their Super Bowl run as well. And me and this dude, we got history in the sense that Deke. Check this out, B. 18-year-old Arthur Moats. 18-year-old Arthur Moats met 18-year-old Robert McClain on our first high school visits in Kent State. Of all schools, man, Debo old school, bro. That's where this whole thing started out, man. So, Rob, first off, bro, I appreciate you taking some time to jump on the spot with us, man.
No problem, man. I appreciate you, man.
No, absolutely, man. We done came a long way now that I think about it, too, bro.
Yeah, I know, man. When I think back to that time, the time has passed, man. Should we getting up there now, brother?
Hey, not you getting up there. You old. I'm not old. I just want to let you know I'm in my early 30s. You're in your mid 30s. I just want to throw that out there. All right. Just let the congregation know that. Okay.
I'm cool with that.
But man, let's chop it up, man, because obviously we know this is Super Bowl week. Super Bowl coming up on Sunday, and for me, man, I like to speak on my experiences. But you know me, I never played in the Super Bowl. I got to an AFC Championship game. I could talk the heck out that experience. But you know, I ain't never make that, man, to the confetti game. And obviously, you did get a chance to go on one of those runs, man, in 2015. If you could, man, just talk a little bit about what that Super Bowl week was like for you guys back then, man.
Yeah, it was crazy because, you know, both teams are anticipating going to the Super Bowls. You know, those NFC, AFC Championship games are huge, you know, and I was blessed and lucky enough to play in 2 of them, you know, lose one and win one. But, you know, the Super Bowl week is hectic. But, you know, just being allowed to have that extra week of practice allows your body to heal up. And, I mean, it's game day as usual for the players, you know, besides all the cameras and things. You know, all the guys are kind of used to all that stuff. And the media kind of heckling us to get more information as to who's going to win the game. You know, that's pretty much what it's all about these 2 weeks prior to the game. Getting all this stuff ready for Vegas and, you know, getting the bets right. So see who can really guess the game and the probabilities, I guess, you know, but for the most part, it's business as usual for the players, you know, and, you know, you just got to get used to this doing extra stuff during that time. You know, that was really only the difference.
Well, shoot, the thing that I always laugh at is during this time frame, you start seeing them wacky questions come out. Or you go through the media days and it's like, bro, what are they thinking? How do y'all like stay even like locked in when you got to do that type of stuff? Because that is slightly different, I feel like, than what we typically have to address with our regular open locker room time, you know?
Yeah. It's a lot of obligations, a lot of things that will distract you. But, you know, all the guys are, you know how the season is, Arthur. You know how the season's so long, man. You work so long in the offseason.
Straight grind, bruh.
Yeah, so when you get to that game, you know, everybody's so locked in on the mission, you know, on the objective of getting that win. You know, I mean, it's fun to get a little relaxation of, you know, just the quirky questions sometime, and the people saying, "Oh, who's your favorite celebrity? You think they're going to be at the game?" and this and that. You know, just to build the excitement of the game. You know, just to see the personal experiences. But yeah, but for the most part, you know, just like you and I, you know, the guys are locked in, man. The guys are nothing's really distracting the guys. Everybody's pretty much tunnel vision, locked in, because you know you work so long just for that game.
Bro, it's the pinnacle, bro. This is like the dream.
Yeah, and I remember watching my first Super Bowl. I think it was the Rams versus somebody, and I remember watching them win against the Titans. I believe that was my first Super Bowl I really watched fully. When that guy stretched over for that goal line stretch.
Yeah. Was that Dyson?
Yeah. No, Eddie George. Eddie was something. I forgot.
Yeah, dude, I remember that. That was, bro. That was a while. Yeah. That's what, 6th grade, low key. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. Game on turf.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Did someone actually ask you who your favorite celebrity is?
Yeah. There was one person there that asked me something about some movies or whatnot, but there's so many crazy questions.
It's getting stupider and getting way less funny.
Yeah.
The more
it's
time
getting way
goes
less
on.
about football and more about like just things that are trending. You know, it's like there's no telling now.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad and like I was seeing some of it. It's become like too popular and mainstream to
To
see who
ask
can
like them
ask
crazy
the stupidest
questions.
question.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. It's like everybody's asking the usual, so it's not outlierish enough for people to catch people's eyes.
Although Sirianni's was hilarious. Is this
What
a
they asked, I
must-win
missed.
game?
Oh Lord.
He just said yeah.
Hey, so when I think of some of them questions, what would you say was probably the craziest thing that somebody asked you while you was out there, man?
I didn't get a lot of crazy ones. I'm not. I'm a corner, so I wasn't that big Pro Bowl guy that they really trying to look to get probably a lot of crazy questions. I'm trying to think of some of the crazy questions because that Super Bowl that I played in Carolina against Denver, it was so long ago.
Yeah,
There
y'all,
was so
but y'all
many
had some
questions. And,
characters on y'all squad though,
oh
bro. Y'all
yeah,
had,
yeah, we did.
yeah,
We was dancing
offense,
pregame and.
defense,
Yeah,
yeah.
we had about 30 hands. Everybody had about 30 handshakes all together.
I'm about to say,
It
look,
was,
and now that I think about it, that's the same year you got the Josh Norman, Odell, like all that
yeah,
story. Yeah,
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 y'all was,
we
y'all
was
had
all,
one.
we was a pack, man. We were good. We were very close to the team, man. We were very close to the team. It was unfortunate that team got broken apart,
Yeah.
but that team was very close, man. Because there was a lot of things that would happen. That happens in the games individually, one-on-one battles that a lot of players and teammates don't really see. But that defense that defense and offense, especially teams, they really fought together. We really fought together, man. It really did.
Nah, without a doubt, without a doubt.
Okay, I have one big question from that game.
Uh oh. He ain't even warm up to it. He just hopping right into the big question. Lord.
Okay, you go first then. You go first.
I was going to give you a warm up one. I know.
Go with the warm-up question.
I give him the warm up one.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
all right. I got the warm up question for you. Night of the game / morning of the game, man. What's that like for you, bro?
Oh yeah, shoot. Man, I'm ready to. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to war.
Because I know you one of them
war,
psycho
so.
killers, anyways. You feel me?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard for me, man. Like for me, I have to really be really. I hate night games because you have to wait all day for the game
Bro,
to
you
come
think
about.
about it the whole time. It's the worst.
Yeah. Luckily, we're playing in San Francisco, so the game's gonna be on early no matter what. So it's kind of like still like a 1:00 game, 2:00 game. It was like 3:00. I just remember the sun kind of setting like real nice out there.
Yeah.
Before the game ended up getting kind of late and towards the end. But night before, man, it's difficult for me, man. Like I have to really be exhausted, like watching something I really don't want to watch. Put myself to sleep around maybe 1-2 o'clock, and I'll wake up around 6 still. Wake up around 6 just amped and ready. So I'm like, I'm wired for the game, man. I'm the wrong one to be around before the game.
Someone say, yo, Rob, chill, bro. You got chill,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I have to IV after my warm up. I have to get an IV.
Oh, yeah. You on that time. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not that I do a lot of running my warm up. I'm just that.
Oh, no.
I'm
I'm
excited about the game.
What were your thoughts going in facing off against Peyton Manning at that time? But at the same time, Denver's got good receivers in Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas. You're probably thinking like, Peyton noodle arm. I don't even know if you can get him the ball. But then you got to go up against these good receivers.
Yeah. But for the most part, as I got towards the tail end of my career, it really wasn't about the receiver because the offense still the receivers have to go to a spot, and the guys have to. It's all about like spacing in the NFL. So towards the tail end of my career, when I watch film, you obviously watch the matchups you have to have in one-on-one matchups. Those are going to be some of your most difficult plays or plays that you're going to be matched up with guys in one-on-one scenarios and zone coverages and whatnot. Which offenses know what you're in for the most part. Those are going to be your most difficult plays, but. Coming into that game, thinking about Peyton Manning and their offense, Peyton Manning had that neck injury that year also, and his arm wasn't as strong. So he didn't get sacked a lot that year, but he was also just tossing the ball literally.
He was really good at faking getting sacked. I don't know if you
exactly.
I just wanted to just throw that out there for the record once again. Yeah, when I think of that 2015 season. It was a fake sack that might have changed.
Yeah,
the
we should have
history.
been in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was like, now that you said that,
yeah,
Rob,
exactly.
we should have been linked
Yeah,
up, Rob.
yeah,
Yeah, that was us.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I remember seeing New England play. I remember watching the film in New England and Denver in the AFC Championship, and I was like, man, I just remember one team wasn't really supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I just remember watching. I remember watching the game, the divisional game, and like, man, I think there was one team wasn't supposed to be there, but we're really watching it for like film purposes. I wasn't watching the game for like scores or. But it's like I'm like, man, this team ain't supposed to be here. Denver looked horrible on offense, and it was just crazy how they got into the Super Bowl that season. I mean, their defense put in work
it was insane.
Years,
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
But yeah, Peyton Manning, his arm was a just like you said, he wasn't able to throw pretty much past 40 yards. He wasn't able to throw the deep balls. So everything was short, but he was able to get long plays that season because his corners were sitting, and they were like, oh, his arm's not strong, but he can still toss it enough to where the guys can get yak, and that's how he kind of made his plays that season. So I believe he only passed for 117 yards that Super Bowl. So
yeah, I'm looking at the stats right now. 8.6 QBR, 0 touchdowns,
like,
1
bro,
pick,
what?
141 yards.
Yeah, Deke, man, don't get me sick to my stomach, man. It's like PTSD thinking about that. At halftime, our entire defense, I didn't have a drip of sweat on my jersey.
Son, that is crazy.
Yeah,
I knew he played. I knew he wasn't doing nothing. I knew he ain't do nothing. That's crazy.
They scored their first points really on defense because I think
wasn't Vaughn.
No, there's I'm looking at the play-by-play. There was a fumble return to the house.
Yeah, we were backed up on that. So Cam ended up fumbling, and what's his name picked it up. Von
Malik
Miller
Jackson.
Yeah,
then it was 10-0 early on.
Yeah, we were reaching early on off of just a turnover. But the thing is, we weren't able to get the ball back, and Coach McDermott told us that from the time we knew we were going to be playing against them. I mean, their defense was literally identical to our defense as compared to stat wise and how they played their aggression and how they got the ball. And like Coach McDermott said, he's like, man, it's going to be on us. It's going to matter what defense is going to win the Super Bowl. We knew what defense was going to win the Super Bowl because the offenses were going to be locked up as they were. But he was like, the team that's going to have the most turnovers this game is going to win the game. He's like, that's going to win the game for us, y'all. We got to get the ball. Like, no matter what's going to happen, like defense, we're going to have to get the ball this game. He's like, whichever defense is going to get that ball more and score with it, though. He said that defense has to score with it, that they're going to win the game. And he predicted it. That touchdown had us reaching because we were down by 6 with like 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We were down by 6 points. And we're the number one offense. So we're like, you know what? We good. We're in good hands. We stopped them for a good down. Got the ball back in good position on the field. We like 4-minute offense. You know how 4-minute offense.
Oh yeah, we done. Take the helmet off. We ain't coming back out there.
Exactly.
We done.
Exactly. We can go out there and play 2-minute defense against guys that can't throw more than 20 yards.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Kick them in the back because they weren't able to drive the entire field on us the whole game. They only got the ball over turnovers and were able to get quick scores. So long story short, we had 4 minutes left. Cam made that fumble. We weren't able to get back on it, and they ended up driving back down on a short field and scoring. We were just reaching from there. That 4 minutes felt like an hour, though.
That tees up my big question.
Oh,
Should he foul on the ball?
Oh Lord. Here you go.
Man, I don't speak on that play because you know what? You know why? I really don't. I mean, I can't. From the angles I've seen on the sideline, obviously I'm a defender too. So like me and Arthur,
we different. Yeah.
Yeah, we're wired. We're wired to be like, listen, if my limb goes, if Arthur's running through the A gap and I can lose my limb for him during that play,
sacrifices were made.
Lose my limb. Yeah, if just to save us for like a tackle for a loss.
Yes.
Like that's our mindset on defense. Sometimes like, yo, I'll break this finger to be like, it'll save us.
It was worth it.
Down.
Yes, it was worth it. Yes,
it was worth it just for one play, and it could be like the first quarter. You have a whole game still to play, and like it's hard. Look, I'm not in that position. I'm not playing quarterback. I'm not in that physical position. Reaching for that ball at that moment. I can see the bullets from the sideline happening and see everything happening from the sideline, but the speed of the game is different on the field. Like, I feel different sensations on the field as a DB than a receiver feels. Than anybody feels. Like, your position is based off, like, your feeling on the field is it's different. I never played quarterback, and I don't want to play quarterback. I
About
don't
to
want
say,
somebody running after me.
seriously.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that type of pressure of like a guy like Arthur trying to put his helmet through my rib cage. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's 4 of them or 5 of them. It
Yeah.
could be 6 of them sometimes. So it's like it's hard to say, man. You know, because I mean, anything could have happened. You know, anything could have happened.
No, without a doubt. Now, I did want to back up a little bit. I heard you talking about your coach during that time frame.
Yeah, Coach McDermott.
Yeah, man. If you could, he sounds real familiar. You talking about the Sean McDermott, that guy, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, you know I love Coach McDermott. I think he's a heck of a coach, man. I agree with you. I agree with you on that, man. I definitely agree with you. Deke isn't too fond of Coach McDermott because where he's currently coaching at, but you know that holds a special place in my heart as well. So I'm a McDermott guy. I'm just throwing that out there.
Nah, that's understandable though.
Yeah.
You know, Deke, he's true Pittsburgh for life, man. I respect that, man.
That's how it is.
I respect that.
No, absolutely, man. But the last thing I did want to ask you too about that Super Bowl experience specifically, man, if you could just talk about what was the best thing or the one thing that you always hold and you think very fondly of from that experience, whether it was in-game, pre-game, post-game, whatever, just whatever that best memory to you was.
The best memory, even though we lost, just that feeling of, you know, my dad being there when I got back to the hotel. My dad.
Shout out to Pops.
Brother.
Let's go, man.
Yeah, so my dad and my brother being there. You know, my dad always asks about you, Arthur.
Hey, it's always love, man. To say my mom be like, I'm gonna tell my mom today. I'm gonna tell my mom today. Yeah, hey, Mom, Rob was on the show. Oh, where? Oh man, love, right? Good dude. Yeah, he was on the show, man. He's still doing good.
But yeah, the most memorable thing for me. I mean, there's the gimmicky stuff, the stuff you get, the clothes and iPads, all the little stuff you get.
I still like them headphones you got too. You know, when I seen you a year ago, I'm like, bruh.
Like, the gold ones.
Like the gold beats, like, bruh. Fire.
Yeah. They hooked us up.
They fire, bro. They fire.
You want to win. You want to win to really cap off the experience, you know, but we lost. But, you know, so the most memorable experience for me out of it all, you know, was even though I broke down when I see my dad, was this having my dad. This having my dad there, my brother there, and my uncle there. Because they were there my entire career from when I was younger, watching me play football. Yeah. So just them being able to experience it still, you know, just them being able to be there to like comfort me after when I was down. Because, you know, I knew after that loss, Arthur, I'm never going to play in this game ever again. And I literally knew.
And like you said, that was your second time. That was your second time going about, or excuse me, you had played first Super Bowl appearance though. Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah, so it was like I knew, because you know, as you get towards part of your career, and you know how the business works and whatnot, this and that. So I'm like, man, I don't think I'm gonna. It's gonna be hard, but I don't know if it's even gonna be a possibility in the future, man. It being that close and having a team that good, that was the best chance. You know, you could feel damn near going 16-0 in the regular season and beating the Cardinals 38-10 in the NFC Championship. Like we breezed through the NFC Championship. Yeah. Like, we breezed through it. And, like, you know, you have a feeling of going to the Super Bowl, like, oh, we're destined to win this, John. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing that I always think about is how, like, the last time you guys lost a regular game, like, you go these long spans, and then you tap into the post, and it's like, man, we done won 10 in a row. We done won 11 in a row. Like, what you mean we lost what? Like, you can't even fathom it almost. Absolutely, man.
Yeah. So much momentum, man. So much momentum carrying in, man. You think about all these emotions building up. And I was just like, man, it was a great season, man. But I was just thankful that my brother and my dad, they were there to, you know, experience it with me. You know, just to experience the moment in the city. You know, I'm a Philly boy, so I don't really know nothing about no San Francisco. But it was cool. San Fran was cool.
You know how we could tell you Philly when you hit us with the John. You know how you get the John up in Philly, man.
Yeah, there's some people when I say it, I'm like, man, let me stop saying it. They don't really know what I'm talking about. I'll try to describe certain things. You know, a John is a person, place.
It's a noun. It's a noun, man. A John is for the Philly. Joint is for down in VA. He's like, yeah, that joint over there. It's a noun, baby. Yeah.
They say joint a little bit in Baltimore sometimes.
Let's go. Now, to bring it back to Pittsburgh, though, I do got to talk to you, man, because one of your former teammates is potentially a guy that we might be eyeing, in free agency coming up, man, at that cornerback position, man, James Bradbury. If you could, man, just talk a little bit about, man, his game, man, and what you think in terms of him as a locker room dude, man, and if he potentially could fit what we doing over here in Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, James. I feel like James could fit anywhere, man. With that type of system, I'm not sure what I haven't looked too closely into Pittsburgh. Small boys known Pittsburgh for having a lot of variety in their defenses. A lot of different fire zones, a lot of different looks, and a lot of different movements to really have you thinking and aggressive corners. James. I've known James since his rookie year, and we've always kept in touch and been real close. And I followed him through his whole career, obviously, and made sure to give him anything, any goose eggs or knowledge I can give him. So I'm just happy how he's progressed through his career and how he's grinded. And I feel like James can go anywhere. I feel like when players are in free agencies, deciding the fit for them and this and that, I feel like you got to go with your heart and gut sometimes too. Sometimes the agent tries to talk to you and all the media and so much different outliers trying to look at you to say, you fit perfectly in this, but who's really to say you fit perfectly in this system? And that could be. That can go any direction, anything can happen in the season, But for the most part, I think James is a great corner, man. He's long, he's athletic for his size, and his understanding of the game has grown so much, man, from his rookie year to now. Like when I watch him, I'm looking at films and analyzing the top view, and you see things happening on the TV view early. So I'm like, all right, James, like anticipate this, and he's making breaks as I'm speaking about it on TV. And I'm like, wow, man, from his rookie year to now, how he's grown in 2 Pro Bowls. I'm like, man, I'm just happy for all the blessings that are coming his way. And he's about to get another one coming up Sunday night. So
okay. I hear where you leaning.
I'm pissed we didn't get him last offseason. Because he was on the market. Yeah. He signed his 1-year deal for $7 million to Philly. I'm like, come on, Steelers could have done this.
Yeah. And James, and I feel like, once the Southern boy gets up there in the tri-state area, they don't know what to do, man. They want to hang around. So, hey, you never know, man. He may be in the Berg soon, man.
He might have priced himself out though. He's gonna get a bag.
He's not a good. He did. Especially the year he's having. He finishes off this game right. He's gonna be blessed once again in the off season, but he's not a good driver though, man. So I don't know how good he's going. I don't know what he's going to do with all those bridges and that way. He's good with the weather, but the bridges and the driving in Pittsburgh
be a little difficult for that man.
Yeah, it's too aggressive for him.
No, respect. No, I know we got some cornerback options, man, coming out of this draft as well, man. Some of the top dudes, man. Obviously, you got your Joey Porter Jr. You got the connection here with his pops playing here. Devin Witherspoon, and then Christian Gonzalez, the cat out in Oregon. Man, if you could, man, what are your thoughts on those dudes, man? If you watched any of them, man, how you feel about those guys?
Yeah, the one I think is the most fluid. I mean, they're all good corners. I feel like they're all going to fit well in the NFL. The one I feel like is the most fluid, most like natural looking corner is Christian Gonzalez. And I'm not putting them like way above Joey Porter, because between Joey Porter Jr. and Christian Gonzalez, they're pretty much very even to me. They just have different play styles.
Okay.
Like Joey Porter's is very long, and Christian Gonzalez has size too, but he has like that athletic kind of movement type build of a corner. Porter, not saying Joey Porter can't move as well, because his technique is superb for the size he's at. Like watching his press technique and him flip out of his hips for the size he is, you could tell he has like that
talk
NFL
that talk.
Yeah, he has that NFL background gene of getting coached properly at a young age to study the game. Because I'm watching, as a corner, I'm not watching these dudes coming up in there just making tackles and jumping routes. I want to see like the footwork and
your fundamentals.
Breaking on the route. Like if they're standing up at the top of their break, on the break and then making a play, it looks like a highlight. But I'm like, in the NFL, that doesn't work.
Thank you, bro. I'm going to say that is not going to fly, bro.
If you're T-planting and you're standing straight up and you're not going forward, that's a loss of a step. Like, that's a loss of a step. That's a catch, and that's a stiff arm, and that's a 30-yard gain.
Yeah.
So it's like in the NFL, that's why I can't watch college too much. But I want to see what the guys do at the level where that's more critical on detail. But Christian Gonzalez, man, he moves so fluid. Like watching his press, watching his off coverage. Like I like to see corners picking the ball out the air, not in the receiver, not knowing they're coming. And like that's the understanding of routes and combinations of concepts, and that's important in the league. That allows coach to grab that player and allow him to be youthful and yet be in the game and be effective, because if you can't understand the X's and O's of the game, you're not going to last long in the league. You can get drafted first round and be not too football IQ-ish, but they'll give you a 4-year pass, 3-year pass. After that, you're out of there. And maybe a 2 years. Maybe a 2 year
they move on quick, boy. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, they move on quick. And Joey Porter, he's so long, man. His confidence. I love his confidence. He's so long. His technique is superb as well. And the Devin Witherspoon dude, out of all of them, I feel like he's gonna be more of like a nickel.
Yeah, Illinois, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gonna be more of a nickel. But the only thing I feel like he needs to sharpen up on is maybe like his tackling. I see a lot of tackling like with shoulders.
Oh yeah, he big hit dude.
The NFL stuff, the NFL stuff, like these dudes aren't like it's different. Like a lot of stuff people in college you playing because they still fresh out of high school, and you see guys getting out leveraged. And you see 3 guys on one side of one block and out on the other side.
Some bad stuff be going on, bro.
Yeah. So when you see these 1-on-1 battles and guys breaking into open field, these are big people you got to tackle, and if you don't wrap them up properly and get these hands bruised up and using shoulders, you're going to get banged up off him. So for him, I just feel like if he sharpens that up, he'll be a good inside corner. But I feel like they'll put him in the slot early on just because of his physicalness. They'll be able to sharpen all that other stuff up.
Okay.
As long as he's willing to,
Okay.
So how you ranking him? You got Gonzalez 1?
That's what I was over here. I'm about to say. Like, where you at there?
How you ranking him? You got Gonzalez at 1 then?
Yeah, I got Gonzalez definitely going at 1. There's no question. With his footwork, he's going to kill it at the combine because he already has fluid footwork. And I was watching him do like these couple speed turns on his fade route.
Oh yeah.
And he didn't lose a step. And that's not easy to do, to be fluidly flipping your hips as a corner, like check like on his face, like chest to chest, and then flip his hips fluidly to where his chest is back to the quarterback, and then catch it in stride. Like there wasn't one stride broken.
Filthy.
And there wasn't one stride broken. He's doing this during the game, and he picked it off and returned.
He low-key went to the crib. I know the play you talking about. He went to the crib. Yes.
And that's not an easy play to make, and that's a common play in the NFL. Very common play in the NFL. And like seeing him do that a lot and picking off plays in cover 3, that means he understands the game. He has fluid. I mean, he's been coached properly as a DB because he has fluid footwork. And all of his hips and breaks, his shoulders are leaning forward. Like everything looks fluid. If he doesn't go first, it's probably because he ran a 4.6 or 4.7. But
he got to stick it up at the combine to drop.
Right, there's no way in the world that's going to happen. And I mean, I don't really watch the combine stuff. I don't really need to. But for the most part, he's definitely going first round. Porter's going first round, maybe Witherspoon. But those are definitely 2 good corners, man. Porter and Gonzalez. I would want Porter to go to Pittsburgh just so he can keep the tradition there,
Okay.
So you got Gonzalez, Porter, and then Witherspoon in that order?
Yeah, in that order, yeah.
Okay. And I like how you brought up with Witherspoon. So when I looked at those dudes, man, when you said with Witherspoon potentially being a slot guy early on, I can see what you're saying right there, man. I like. See, this is why I needed you, baby, because you could talk that talk. You talk that talk. You feel me? Like I could hear you. I low key because I was like, yo, he in his zone right now. He was like, yo, man, you see when you flip turn like this and you get the eyes back and them chest to chest. I got the head back. I'm like, oh yeah, he going to work.
I got my head on.
I said he going to work right now, son.
You already know. I tap into my knowledge, man. With it, I love speaking like just knowledgeable ball, man.
No question. Now I did want to ask you another thing though, man. And this is more so with Joey Porter and Gonzalez. Man-to-man scheme or zone scheme for those 2 dudes, or do you think they're able to do both at the same high level?
I think they're able to do both. I feel like they need to be in schemes. I feel like Gonzalez will be able to fit into a scheme that if there is more man, he'd be straight. I feel like Porter needs to be in a scheme where you allow him to be like, hey man, give me some zone and give me some man. Like that's one thing about like Bradbury too. I feel like they're around the same height.
Yeah, long
like
corners.
Yeah, so Bradbury's gonna he'll do well in just a man concept. He doesn't want to, no corner wants to just play man the whole game. It's like, but I feel like with those 2 style of players, they'll definitely flourish in like a good defense that is man zone, good mixture of plays. Any corner will, but because of their abilities and skill and traits already at a young age, if you want them to excel fast and early, you put them in a system like that. But Gonzalez, I feel like if you throw him in their system early with man, he'll be straight. But again, I don't know Porter personally, man. And like I said, he's being coached from an NFL player also who
Yeah.
knows the game. You know what I'm saying? He knows the game, and he's been around players that know the game as well in that position.
But I say we
So,
saying he's
and
around the facility getting his work in. Yeah, but I said we peeped it. Yeah.
Exactly. And that edge kind of, you get an extra chip on your shoulder, and not even just for being first round, because he has something to prove. Because he wants to prove something to his father. I feel like even more. Like he has to earn a name for himself. His father already earned a name for himself. So I feel like Porter's going to come in and surprise a lot of people when it comes to man coverage, because he already does. He already plays well man coverage in college. And like I said, I don't like watching the college stuff. I want to see the pro stuff.
Yeah.
I want to see the real games. I want to see the games that matter, like that really, really matter. Like college matters in college, but pro is where the big games matter.
Absolutely.
Like every Sunday. So I feel like he's gonna make some surprises, man. He's gonna make some surprises with his height and size. I feel like both of them are gonna be just good. They're just gonna be good corners for a good long time.
Nah, respect.
Yeah.
I like it. Hey, well, you know what it's time for now, man. We got to talk some Super Bowl predictions, all right?
I got you.
So, I know you already been hinting at your little Philly action. You done dropped a couple Johns. I done heard of Bradbury once he does it this weekend. Like I've been picking up what you're putting down. You didn't make multiple. I'm waiting on you to talk about. Man, I love I get my cheesesteak from Geno's. You more of a Mexican. I'm waiting on that convo next. You feel me? Like everywhere you done going. So talk to me how this Super Bowl plays out and who gets the dub, man.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I'm leaning towards Philly. Obviously, I mean, I'm always gonna be biased. I'm always gonna go towards my home city. But I mean, regardless of me being from there, like really analyzing the teams and this and that, it's going to be a good game regardless. Both teams are strong, powerful, but I just feel like Philly, just the overall team they have, and the momentum they have, and the confidence that they have and how youthful their team is with the confidence they have, like that's important, man. They playing well, and their defense is playing well, and if they keep playing how they're playing, stop key things, and they'll be straight. Mahomes, it helps out that Mahomes can't run and do what he really can do, but he just needs his arm.
Yeah.
And he needs his arm and his brain. That's it. His feet do what they do to get him in better technique and properly throwing the ball. But Mahomes is such a good quarterback and so smart that he's able to adapt and adjust, which makes him a good NFL pro. You're going to have a stubbed up toe or finger. You got to adapt. You still got to get to the next play. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a sprained ankle for a quarter. You got to adapt and get ready for the next play, and that's respect for Mahomes too, and that's why it's going to be a good game, because he's such a competitor. I'm leaning towards Philly, but anything could happen in a Super Bowl. Anything could happen in these games, but I really do feel as though Super Bowl is going to win it by at least 2 tubs, or at least 10 points, 10 plus points at least.
Woo.
So what's the script? How's it play out?
You said they winning by 10. Woo. Okay.
I just got a feeling, man. I don't know why. I got a feeling. I don't know why I got a feeling, man. Like, even when Jacksonville was playing their first game that they won, I was like, man, I randomly just had a feeling that Jacksonville was going to win.
Okay.
It only be certain games like that. I mean, I'm not no witch.
Are you talking about the Chargers one?
Hey, I was about to say, man, we got DraftKings, man. I was finna call you. Hey, look, man.
I only do that sometimes. Nah, you can't bet it. Nah, you can't put that. You can't put all that pressure on me now with the box.
Jeez, man.
And, all the stuff at the table, the poker tables now. But no, I just feel as though with the team they have, and kind of, not saying I know their game plan, but kind of the style of players they have, I feel like Philly's players match up better against Kansas City. Really Kansas City defense is holding them strong, I feel like. But because for the most part with Kansas City, where they're gonna go to, Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, if we can contain him, he's been balling for the most part the last 4 or 5 years. So we can contain one of his major weapons, keep him under 50 yards, control the run game. Patrick Mahomes is not going to be the runner. And if he gets hit wrong, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
So that's all it takes. It's a long game of hitting. So it's like, it's going to take one good call of getting him hit wrong. Or getting him rolled up on the ankle because the linemen are getting pushed
accidentally
back,
on purpose.
Yo.
Yeah. But it is though. Like when we're running up on that quarterback, we're trying to roll, get up awkward. We're trying to do anything we can.
Hey, Rob, I want to hurt you. I don't want to, you don't got to be permanent, but I don't want you to finish this game.
Yeah, it's not anything. Yeah, it's not anything to like really hurt you, but like even when I'm getting up off the ground,
I'm gonna use your body. Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
using your face mask to
Yeah.
push up off the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm using like you make pretend that the ground is there, but it's really the person's face mask. You just pushing up off to
Hey,
stand up off the ground.
Absolutely. And
But it's
I gotta
little
walk
things
over
like
you too,
that.
just for GP. I gotta walk over you. That
Yeah,
gotta have
exactly.
just a little
It's
bit
like
of
little things because you get in the other guy's head.
that. Yes.
Because on offense, you don't see a lot of guys really coming after the offensive guys, like speaking very loudly, like trash talking wise. Because like we're out there all day, literally just to hit you. Like our job is just to hit you for 4 quarters.
Yeah.
So if you want to combine your talk to just one player, the rest of the 10 players are going to see that.
We all trying to hit you. Yeah.
Now it's just a matter of time of you touching the ball. It's not like we're after you. It's just that our job is to make contact with you the entire game. So it's like that game. Like Patrick Mahomes has to be careful. Like he has to be careful. He has to be smart, which he is going to be. And Philly has to call the right plays and be smart. But that DN they have, number 7, he's
Hassan Riddick.
yeah, he's going to be. He's been hunting all playoffs, so he's not going to change up anything he's doing. And they have a whole D line like that. Yeah. So it's like it's going to be. That's why I feel like I'm always going to lean on defense. I'm always going to lean on defense. So
we need that final score though.
Because you said 10. You said it's a 10 plus spread. Now, we got to hit this one. How much they? What's that score finna look like?
Let me think. I think maybe 20. I don't think Kansas City going to score more than 14.
Whoa. Okay.
I just feel like it's going to be that good of a defense.
This is going to be like the Buccaneers Chiefs.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be that good of a defensive game. Just watching how Kansas City played with the Bengals and just watching how they've been, just the playoff games I've seen and just from the history of their playoff games. It's some nut crunching times with them. It's like we on this last play or this last drive. It's never comfort, I feel like, with them.
Now, does the experience play into this at all? Kansas City Chiefs, a little bit more guys been there. Obviously, with Philly, new regime. I think outside of B. Graham and Fletcher Cox, I think that's Kelsey obviously on the offensive side, but there's still a lot more like newer faces on that end.
Yeah, there's a lot more experience on Kansas City, but shoot, Kansas City showed that experience really don't matter many times they've been there. You know what I'm saying? Many times they've been there, it's like you would think they would have more rings than they had.
It's true.
It's like many times you've been in the AFC Championship, you gotta, and that's why Mahomes is so determined to get back and get back and get back. Because he's like, I need to stamp it with the ring, though. He needs to stamp it with the ring because I can get back to the AFC Championship for the next 10, 15 years without a ring. Yeah. So it's like, but it's like even with that experience thing, like I said, the guys are locked in. Like both sides, the guys are locked in. They're locked in on the goal, and the Philly has a mature enough staff to where they've gotten their guys locked in. You could tell from the season they've had. You could tell, man, they got a young leader on offense. That's leading a bunch of good players. And that's good to see. That's good to see the confidence that their quarterback has.
Yeah. All right. So double digits.
Gonna be good game,
Philly gonna hold them under 14 points. Lord.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be like a 13-26 or something weird. It's gonna be tough here, man.
So the storylines afterwards is Mahomes overrated.
Nah. He's not even. The thing is though, like it's sad that people are going to go to that, but it's not. He's not. It's like everybody's going to say, I wish his ankle is healthy. It's going to be so many scenarios and probabilities of people being like, this. He's a great quarterback. Like, he's not – it's just hard. It's really hard to win. It's hard to win in the NFL. It's hard to win because guys know. We know. Everybody just starts to know each other. Everybody starts to know each other. So, and then the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, they know each other very well.
Yeah.
These guys know each other. So, this game is just going to be a good game. Like, don't get me. I'm not 100% correct on all my guesses, but I'm just going to say they're gonna win by +10.
If they put up less than 14 points, I'm coming in and saying asking the question, is Mahomes overrated?
Yeah. If it's less than 10, yeah. He's overrated. That's the headline. Hey, come on, man. You know how the game go.
He got gifted this Super Bowl appearance because of that penalty call. Yeah.
I did see some of that stuff. There's times I'm like, come on, man. This got everything sometime, man. I feel that sometimes because we'll feel that on defense. Like,
bro, we don't get a call. And speaking of calls, you see they trying to change the hip tackle. What are your thoughts
Yeah.
on? Yeah, like, bro, this is crazy. You be in them positions. You know what that's like.
Man, I'm not even going. I don't even want to
Like,
think
bro,
about
how
the
you gonna
argument.
take that away? Like, come on, man. What we talking about over here?
You know what told
Jeez.
me everything? What told me everything, man, is when I seen them playing 7-on-7 flag football. So after I seen that,
You know what they
man,
want.
I used to be intrigued watching Sean Taylor take out somebody in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or
Now,
Steve
now,
Smith
now
beat
they
somebody
grabbing
at 3
flags,
tackles.
man.
Yeah. So now it's like we have pom poms out there now, man. I don't know.
Respect. Hey, well, I do have actually one final question. We do ask this to all our guests, so it's mandatory that I ask this to you. And this is a serious question. I'm talking as serious as I can get, okay? Think Demon Slayer, your Tanjiro. Like, we serious with this, all right? This is a real life thing, okay?
I got you. I'm on it.
I know you my guy, and I know you about that action, okay? In a 1v1 hand-to-hand combat, no weapons included, no running. You're in a cage, an octagon. You versus a cheetah, like the animal. Who's making it out?
Well, I'm making it out.
Damn.
Hey, on everything. You already know how much I love.
I already know your energy.
So,
But we
like,
need
for
to
me-
give
for
me the
me-
cap. Tell me how it go down, man. I need to hear this.
And I you know me, I love nature and animals, all this and that. So, like, just the characteristic of a cheetah, like them being very, they're a solo cat. So they're a cat that lives just like themselves.
Yeah.
Like them and their cubs, and once their cubs are old enough, they kick them out, they do their own thing, and then the parents die. So because they're solo, and they're like the weak of the cat like world, I feel like, because they're so little.
Yeah.
It's really about like animals. Like you can, there's lions. There's like big lions that are scared of like humans if they present themselves a certain way.
I was about
you
to
know
say
what
they
I'm
don't
saying?
present very scary though. They like the lion present like he's scary all times, even the little ones.
Right, exactly. And the thing about animals too is like they look at eyes. Like they look at eyes. Like a dog can sense a good energy from somebody by not just your smell, this and that.
Yeah.
That's obvious, but they're gonna look at your eyes first, and they study everything about our eyes. So a cheetah just staring in my eyes. If he want to be agree, he got claws, this and that. Shoot, in a sense, I got claws, arms, same way as him. So if we got to fight to the end, I'd rather take a little light cheetah than anything else bigger, because anything else bigger is really going to try to test me, regardless of how brute I look. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to protect themselves, but a cheetah is going to think also, hey man, this thing may weigh a little bit, maybe a little bigger than may weigh a little more than me. You know what I'm saying? The cheetah's going to second guess itself, so I'll take the cheetah.
You're not
He's
concerned
playing
with
the
the
mental
team
game with it.
Because like I like how you giving it the Jedi mind trick. I'm gonna stare at you, you stare at me. I'm gonna stare back at you, you stare at me, and I like the stare down. My question is, after the stare down though, if you say something got in your eye, and you accidentally blink first, and now he's like, all right, I feel like I got something sweet over here. That's with the teeth and the claws. That's the part I'm trying to. When it gets to that section, that's my disconnect.
In fights, a lot of people aren't calm, man. A lot of things happen very slowly, just that we see them fast because we're not used to seeing them.
Yeah.
You know, you know how I am. I be in Pluto thinking all types of scenarios.
Let's go. Research gang on the thousand. You know what it is.
So the way I think about it is like I have my attack. My first initial attack has to be a critical attack. I have to make sure I hit him in a critical point. It's almost like a shark. When you get attacked by a shark, what they say, poke the eye.
Bro, why are you so strategic though? Like,
if you hit anything else, you shit out of luck.
All right.
Mess with that shark, and you hit anything else wrong, you may lose your whole bottom half.
For sure.
Yeah, but if you can get that eye when you get bit by a shark, you out of there. If I can catch something critical on that cheetah before he attacks me.
It's all about the first move. Yeah.
The first move. It's about that first attack, because a lot of animals in the wild, they don't mess with you off of that first attack. Like they're like, you know what? Yeah, he's not the one. Like I'm not even. Nah.
You just gotta go full blackout, go crazy on the first one, and hope it connect.
No, but he's saying you got to stay calm too. Though.
Oh, that's right. So you can't go full blackout.
You got to be savvy about it.
Yeah. Your adrenaline has to be spiked in a way to protect you, because you have to be in high sense. But your adrenaline has to be in a spiky way, but also calm. Like for example, Navy SEALs, man, their adrenaline's high, but their heart rate's calm.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like and on top of that, like a lot of people, like they make sure that they're comfortable in the water, that their water is like their blanket, like for Navy SEALs, like so their water is their blanket. You put some people in the water, like in deep ocean with the waves, like their heart rate's probably over.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say that's the one place for me. That's my weakness. You know, you got the Achilles heel. I'm the Achilles Ocean. If I can't touch the bottom of the ground in the water, I'm done. Yeah, I need to be able to stand, like stand. Yeah. That's definitely me.
Yeah, man. It's all about just analyzing the situation. I feel like just staying calm, man. Like I said, if I miss my critical point, shit, I'm dead. I'm hoping I hit him. I'm hoping I hit him with my critical point, but in my mindset, I'm not going to lose. I'm not losing. So
that's because you play defense and you got that dog in you. That's why. It's because you play defense, you got that dog. That's why.
In that scenario, defense, man. I know if I'm fighting the line, I'll most likely I'll take that L. I'll respectfully take that L.
No, respect.
I like the breakdown.
I do. You see, that's that in-depth, but not, man, it's the secondary, bro. Them corners, them safe, they just, y'all real different back there. Y'all want to analyze and analytical this, and let me break it down and all. Up in the trenches, we over here brute force. I'm going to elbow it a whole bunch of times, headlock it, I'm going to bite it back.
You know I'm a hybrid backer.
Hey, you for the coach. Respect. No, absolutely.
Hybrid.
Hey, but my brother, man, this has been a blast, man. Always fun, man, chopping up with you. Always good to catch up with you, man. Just taking it back one time, man. Always a good vibe with you there, man. And we're going to do this again, too, man. So you already know it's all love, man. But just want to say I appreciate you again, man.
No problem. Good talking to y'all. See you, Deke.
No, bro. Peace, baby.
Yeah.